Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Abundance Tree podcast. I'm a little bit in a mood today, y'all. I'm kind of in a silly mood. I'm
Silly
visiting
is
my sister.
good.
Yeah, it is. I'm visiting my sister. She had me rolling earlier, so I'm still in that silly mood right now. So I kind of, still got the giggles.
Girl, you
Anyway,
better you that's good. That's good energy. You with family.
yeah, that's true. It is.
Yes, the giggles
Yeah,
are good. Because usually when
right?
people say I'm in a mood, that means a bad one.
No,
So a good one is good.
it is a good one. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's I'm enjoying the family. So, but yeah, it's all good. How are
Awesome.
you?
Enjoying the time off.
Awesome. Yeah,
Happy that
absolutely.
Monday ain't really Monday tomorrow
Right, exactly. Exactly.
for work.
So I want to say again that thank you all for your support. And we do have our store launch. Just so if y'all want to support us, you take a look at our merch and our swag. The description's below. So that helps out with our productions of our reels and videos and things. So feel free to
Absolutely.
browse and
And
stuff. And
it's
if
very nice. Get y'all a t-shirt or a mug or something.
right. And then hey, tag us if you wear it, your t-shirt or use the mug, tag us on social media. We'll shout you out in
Please
our
do.
episode. Yeah, we'll give you a shout out.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for supporting us. Thank you for rocking with us, right?
Thank you.
um, so who's our guest tonight?
Oh, wow. We got a real powerhouse. We have an inspiring single mom of two who transformed her life through sheer determination and resilience. After battling postpartum depression, she embarked on a journey of self-discovery, breaking free from self-limiting beliefs and reclaiming her sense of purpose. Now a master prepared, leveled, registered nurse and CEO of Lavish Solutions, Inc., she helps women secure business funding. Her story is a powerful testament to the impact of changing one's mindset, aligning accurately, believing boldly, and collaborating correctly. She is dedicated to empowering women to challenge their own limiting beliefs and create the lavish life they deserve. We have Miss Ashley Mariie Brown.
Oh, the lavish life they deserve.
Lavish life,
Look
looking
at
out for the ladies. I love it.
look out. Absolutely. Hey, Ashley.
Hey,
Hello,
Ashley.
How
hello.
are
How
you?
are you?
Good. How are
Welcome.
you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here, excited to be in the presence of you beautiful ladies. It's been a long time coming, so I'm just really
Aw.
excited. Yeah.
God
Absolutely.
bless you, sis. We are happy you're here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So let us know about you. We want to know about you. Tell us about your journey.
Yes. Yeah. So my name is Ashley Marie Brown. I'm sorry, putting my name here. Sorry. Marie Brown.
It's all good.
Okay. So a little bit about me. Yes. So my name is Ashley Marie Brown. Let's see. I'm a mother of two. I am a master repair level registered nurse by profession, but I'm also a business funding coach. And so what I essentially do is I help women overcome self-limits and beliefs and also help them gain access to 100K in less than 90 days by leveraging their personal credit. And so how I've been able to um be where I am today is because well, why I service women and why I do what I do today is because maybe about 3 years ago, I was living in my mom's one-bedroom apartment with my two children. And after having my son, I was undergoing postpartum depression. And so during that time, that was one of the hardest phases in my life that I was undergoing. And so during that process, I I was undergoing a lot of self-doubt, a lot of like in addition to the depression, I was undergoing a lot of self-doubt, um, just a lot of like negative emotions about myself and feeling things like that. And I kind of lost sense of my identity and who I was. And so that time for me was a time of depression, but yet I was still determined. And so throughout that process, it allowed me to ultimately transform my life. And I began to um, I said to myself, like, this is not the life that I want for myself and my children. So I had to really begin to engage in different practices in order to maintain my level of sanity. And so throughout that time, I developed a morning routine, which consisted of positive affirmations, prayer, physical fitness, and I also joined a community of women. It's an app called Peanut, which is created by a woman for women, and women who are undergoing, who are in different phases of their pregnancy and undergoing like and postpartum. We kind of created a community. So with that, in addition to literally investing into myself, I began to and learn how to basically literally change my life around. And then when I tapped into financial literacy, that's when the game was over for me. That's when I really started to believe more in myself, and I wanted more for myself and my children. And as a result of that, as a result of going through that, such a challenging time in my life, it has allowed me to be where I am today, where I help other women overcome self-limiting beliefs, get access to funding by leveraging their personal credit if they want to use it, or use business credit, right? So that's a little bit about me, a little bit about my story and what I essentially do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool. You've overcome a
Yeah.
lot, and you've come a long way from living with your mom and with your small children. And I can
Absolutely.
I have 4 children myself, and so I
Oh,
can relate.
really?
Yes, and so I have 4 boys, and so I can relate that
Wow.
postpartum depression can be a real thing, and it can be very serious. So for you to have
Mhm.
overcome that and to be where you are now and pick yourself up, and you have your routine now and you're
Yes.
exercising and everything. So I commend you. Give you your flowers for that. That's awesome. I love that.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
So powerful.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Especially being a nurse, I think people don't realize like how that, some things like that can happen to anybody. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
your occupation doesn't it
Hmm.
doesn't mean that this can't happen to you. So how did you were you in your own business when that happened, or were you working as a nurse? Or what kind of, you said financial
Yes.
literacy, like what
Yeah.
made you want to do your own business at that time?
Yeah, so and I'm gonna touch on what you said. So yeah, it doesn't matter your profession, it doesn't matter like where you are in life. Postpartum depression doesn't discriminate against anyone. And during that time I was by myself with my mother, like the children's father, he wasn't involved. And so literally everything was on me, like everything was literally on me. So I had to figure it out. And for some time, I have been watching YouTube, you watch different like leaders in the community, you watch people cleaning credit and doing that nature. I mean, things of that nature. And so what I did, I invested into like a financial literacy program. And it was literally from there where I actually began to um gain more knowledge in the financial literacy space. And I became literate of how to literally fix my credit, properly form a business, begin to build business credit. And so I would do that every single day. Like, and I was home. So at the time, this is like in 2021. So I was homeschooling my daughter. And I was also doing this as well. And then I had my newborn. But it didn't really matter because in the position I was in, I was so determined to change my situation that I just literally had to do it. It was like zero, it was like no excuses. And especially considering that the environment that I was in, it was just not conducive to my growth and development. So I literally had to, get out of there. And yes, like even back to being a nurse, like you know how I was just going through a phase in my life. And I never would have thought I would have been where I was. Like I envisioned when certain things like that happen, you don't really envision things to happen that way. And because it happened that way, I had to pivot. In life, you have to pivot, right? And so that's essentially like what I did in order to, get myself from that situation. Um, but yeah, like starting my business. So essentially when I began to do, I didn't really, so when I started my business, I had in mind that I would start a business that would, I wanted the mission or like my morals and values to really come, like I guess to translate into my business, and what really I hold dear to my soul and what I'm really passionate about is just helping women. Because during that time when I was in that space, there was no one helping me. There was a lack of resources, right? And so oftentimes as women, we wear so many different hats, especially as a single mom, and you get so many limitations that are placed on you. Even now, people are always projecting their limitations onto me. And I have to keep on reminding them and also reminding myself that those are your insecurities that you're projecting onto me. Just because you can't do it does not mean that I can't do it, right? And so I think as a single mom, I feel it's maybe sometimes the people looking outside in may figure, oh, that's challenging, or she can't do it, or she's limited to what she can do. But it's like, no, whatever I put my mind to, I'm going to do it. Like whatever you desire in this world desires you as well. And so that kind of translates into like my morning routine. Like what helped me overcome that situation is currently what I do now. Like I'm still doing my prayer, positive affirmations, physical fitness. I still do that now. And I wake up 2 hours earlier prior to my children getting up. And that routine allows me to stay grounded. And every single day, I'm undergoing mental conditioning to program my mind for success and build and cultivate a space of resiliency, because that has what allowed me to overcome what I was going through about in 2021 to now. So I still have the same morning routine. And I'm just, evolving. I'm just evolving. And I do all that to like also investing into coaches and mentors too, because when I learned how to get access to funding, then that's literally when I took off of like investing into mentors and coaches, and it allowed me to like just gain more knowledge and also just reframe my mindset. And now I'm no longer operating from like a scarcity mindset. I operate from an abundant mindset. So when I encounter different individuals and we have different conversations, if those conversations don't serve me, I literally have to tap out of it. And it's not just me being like, oh, like uppity or maybe being rude. It's just that I'm in a place where I only want to foster relationships and engage in conversations that's going to benefit me and help me accelerate to where I'm going. Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Ooh,
love
mic drop
that.
on that.
Yes, hold on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
That's so cool. So I
Yeah.
could totally resonate and relate to you and your situation. I also overcame quite a bit of a trauma, and I became a single mom, not by choice. So just like you
Mm-hmm.
said, um, I had to get out of a toxic relationship, but just like you said, you have to pivot when life be lifing, right? You have
Yeah.
to pivot, and so what you can overcame, and you put your head down, you did what you had to do, and so I could totally relate to you. Others are, maybe talking about you. Oh, I don't see how she's doing it, but you put your head down, you're focused, you know what you got to do, and so I give you your flowers. That is so powerful, so
Thank you.
awesome. And then now that you're in a place, and so that's the key takeaway, y'all, is that you gotta surround yourself around people that are not gonna
Absolutely.
bring you back down into the pit and
Absolutely.
trauma bond and things of that nature. So that is so
Absolutely.
cool. So um
Absolutely.
do you continue getting into the rooms now, or do you just mostly help women now with your own programs?
No, so I'm continuing. I'm That's the thing. Like I say, I have to stay close to the fire. I'm continually investing into myself. I'm continuously learning. Like I'm a lifelong learner, and I don't never ever see myself not investing into myself ever, because investing into myself has led me where I am today. Like I'm an Airbnb host, so I have an Airbnb. I'm also a Toro host. And I also have a joint venture with one of my business partner in Texas. So that let me backtrack. Um, I purchased two vehicles in my business name in around August of last year. Yeah, two vehicles, and I had originally shipped them both out to Texas, and we did a joint partnership. And however, as of today, one of my vehicles are still there, and I have one of my vehicles now. But my vehicle that's here now is on Toro. Then I have, my Airbnb, so I manage that as well. And then I have my program where I help women with preparing their credit, um, getting their credit in position to, whether it is to purchase a home, whether it's to obtain business funding, whatever the case may be. That's what I'm currently doing now. And recently I just made another investment. And so I'm really looking forward to it, because honestly, this is the thing. With me, I no longer see price as a barrier. It's no longer going to hinder me from moving forward on my dreams, visions, and goals. I remove the price and I look at the value. What am I getting from investing into this program? And sometimes, it took a lot for me too, because I had to change the verbiage, like change the term that I was modifying. I didn't spend this money, I invested this money. And so, when I find someone who I align with, like if our visions align, then more than likely I'm going to invest in you because I see something in you. And I see something in you and I see it in myself. And so recently, making my other investment, you know, she is such a wonderful individual who also serves women. And she talks about, like, increasing your value and really becoming that premium woman to offer premium services. And so I want to be, at some point I see myself, speaking to women. I really want to be like speaking on stages. I literally, like, my dreams and visions are so big. And that's one of the things that Neil Davis says. He says the worst that you can do is tell your big dream to a small mind, right? And so, like, how I'm discussing with you, Janice, in April, when I'm telling you, I'm not going to be able to sit down and tell my family this, because they're not going to be able to understand where I am and where my mindset. Like, I dream so big. And that's the thing too, is like, as a child, we dream, but as adults, sometimes we stop dreaming. And so, but however, I have programmed in my mind where I'm going to dream as big as I want. And if I put that out there, that's going to manifest, it's going to come into fruition. So I truly, honestly believe that. And that's what has led me here today. Like, me literally seeing that I was going to be an Airbnb host, or I was going to be, have vehicles in my business name. And what I seen in my vision, it came into fruition. So it's just like, whatever you live and you die by the power of the tongue. And whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you write, you invite. So it's just certain things that I think about, and those things that people there is true, because I've done it, and it worked, and things that I wanted in my life, I've been able to get it by simply just those those sayings keep me healthy, maintains me seeing things consistently showing up in my life. So
Right.
That's
So you're constantly working toward that, making progress towards your goals, and you've accomplished quite a bit. So that's awesome. You got to do the work though, right?
yes, you have to do the work, Jen. You have to do the work.
Look,
Yeah.
speaking of the work, because mindset is work, I want to touch on the mindset and
Woo.
how valuable
Woo.
your regimen is, that you set aside 2 hours
Woo.
to get aligned and to get focused and
Yep.
to be motivated and really
Yep.
be more intentional about what you're doing, because you do a lot. To be a mom, to be a professional, to be an entrepreneur, and you're in 3 or 4 different lanes right now at the same time, and it's hard for people to accomplish one of them. So seriously, you know what I mean? Like, and not judging, because it's,
Yeah.
it's hard for me
No,
too.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Can you speak on the mindset and the importance of your just kind of getting yourself into I guess in that, what do you call it? Like a chi alignment or
Yeah.
anything, because I'm terrible with regiments. Like,
Yes.
I'm real disciplined.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So like I said, like, having a morning routine has allowed me to stay grounded. And outside my morning routine, like, I have one of my books here. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Things. This
I
is
love
Don't
it.
Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. So literally, and like, I have here too another book, like the Secret. I have
You know.
the Holy Bible. So when I'm doing my morning routine, I incorporate reading in my morning routine as well. And that's a way that I also am undergoing mental conditioning. So in addition to reading and doing all this stuff, I also, every single day, April, I do not let a day go by where I'm not undergoing mental conditioning, whether it's Les Brown, Myron Golden, Coach Stormy, Eric Thomas, Jim Ron, whoever it is, I make sure that I'm planting that seed, because one of the things for me is I want to ensure that I optimize my day and I'm increasing my level of productivity. So, and this is the same, how I'm saying now is the same way that I talk to my 9-year-old daughter. I'm like, listen, you can do anything that you put your mind to. And she may not want to hear it, she may not understand right now, but these are morals and values, like, an ethics that I want to instill in my children as well. So when it comes to mindset, I just make sure that I'm literally, like, training my mindset for success. It's like a muscle. It's something you have to work on every single day. And a part of that too is your belief system, right? I think a lot of people, like, we have been conditioned to operate from a scarcity mindset. I don't know why, but it's like, and I mean, there's so much power in investing into yourself, because you are your greatest asset. Like, once you invest into yourself, you really undergo a mindset shift, right? Because it takes a lot for you. Sometimes you're scared, you're on the fence, and you don't want to invest. but sometimes that one investment can literally transform your whole life. And so, I make sure that I'm constantly working on my mindset. I operate from an abundant mindset, and I'll check someone. I always check, don't project your limitations onto me. You're operating from a scarcity mindset, I operate from an abundant mindset. I can no longer engage in this conversation with you because if you're not adding to my life, you're subtracting from my life. So I really like instilling boundaries. Yes, instilling boundaries into your life, like making sure you instill those boundaries, standing stern, standing on business. I'm telling you, like, you're not, because the naysayers are gonna come, but you have to prepare you have to do mental preparation. Certain things are gonna happen in this life, right? Certain things are gonna take you by surprise, and you have to know how to respond. Another thing too is like people may say things to you that may set you off, that may trigger you, but you have to learn how to respond, not to react. So and that also is like mastering your emotions. So, which is really, really, really challenging because a lot of times we act on emotion, but if we continue to act on emotion and not logic, acting on emotion is not going to it's not beneficial for us. I don't see, for me, I'm scared to be in this. I don't want to be in the same place next year. I want to be somewhere far, way far than I am right now. And I know that if I act on emotion, if I don't control my emotions, I'm going to be in the same position. And not saying that where I am is bad right now. I just see myself so much further, and I have goals and dreams that I want to pursue. And I cannot allow people who operate from mindset of like trying to get under my skin or trigger me. I can't allow them into my space. And that's why boundaries are so important in your life, in your business, whatever the case may be, even with family members. So I just, if you don't serve me any well, you don't meet me any well, I'm going to cut you off. I don't care who you are. And that's just for me. I have to be, because it is so much. I have to be, if I have to be present for my children, right? And so that's what comes with boundaries. Like, don't call me and offload all your drama and expect if you offload all your drama onto me, how can I possibly be fully present with my children if you just unloaded all this negativity and drama onto me? I'm going to be thinking about what you just told me. That means that's going to impact and influence the way that I show up for my children. I can't allow that. So I'm gonna need you,
You
I
say keep
may
that
be,
over there.
yeah, I'm gonna maybe give
I
you
see
some
you
advice, but
pushing.
you got to keep that over there. Like
Right.
I can't. Like I'm on a mission to build generational wealth. I'm on a mission I want to be, I want to do so much, and I can't allow that into my space because it's gonna throw me off. So that's kind of, I just do, it's just a lot of that I do, but that's what helps me stay grounded.
I love that.
Um,
Oh, I
yeah,
love it too. That's so great. So
yeah,
you dropped a lot of gems there. That's the secret of
yeah.
being successful for yourself. You got to learn how to, especially, I mean, if you're like a single mom, or if
Mhm.
it's too early, if it's early on for you for your trauma, or your, like you said, the depression. It depends on where you are in the stage. I know it took you a while. It must have taken you a while to get to where you are now, but you
Oh
done the
yeah.
work. You probably went through counseling or something, but I'm not sure if you
Mhm.
did or not. But you had to do the work in order to get to this strong version of yourself that you are now, and you're constantly going to be developing and moving on to bigger and brighter things. But you got to keep those boundaries in place, and you can't deviate from that.
Exactly.
So, what advice do you give other women that come to you, and they might be early in whatever situation, the postpartum depression, they might
Mhm.
be early in their trauma. I don't know,
Mhm.
coming out of an
Yeah.
abusive relationship, it might still
Yes.
be early. How do you get them on the right track and to help them stay consistent with it?
Well, and this is the thing too. So, but kind of backtrack what you did. So, I didn't I didn't take antidepressants. I was totally like a firm against that, and I seek counseling. What I did was I seek God.
Yeah.
God allowed me to overcome what I was going through. Like I will listen to um what's his name, TD Jakes. Just I will listen to, oh, I forget his name, I can't remember. Oh, Trent Shelton. So I
Mhm.
will listen to so many different people, and I'm telling you, like it helped me like shape my mindset and like basically have a different outlook and perspective on life. But when it comes to other women reaching out and asking me for advice and how to maneuver in a situation that they're currently in, what I would say is, in order to change your life, you have to literally change your mind, right? And so you have to begin to identify what is it that you want in your life. What is the vision for your life, right? Because the vision for your life, and I get, and when I say these things, like Coach Stormy, I get these things from people, but this is something that I now live by. It's like the vision for your life will create the discipline for your life. If you are determined to, like every time it says, when you want to be successful, when you want to, what do you say? Okay, I don't remember, but yeah. So, and then another thing, like, clarity, and that's why clarity is so key. Like clarity in the goal. I mean, clarity in the vision accelerates the goal. So when I like talk to women, maybe my sisters or family, their case may be, we kind of identify what the problem is and kind of come up with strategic ways that they can deal with that problem in order to set them free. So oftentimes, even though we may not, so oftentimes we may be in jail in their mind. We may have these restrictions and limitations that we put on ourselves, but it's all in our mind. And it's working through that process, because you may be in a situation where you feel like you can't get out of, but you have to understand that your current situation is not your final destination. Begin to identify the problem, and let's strategize on how we're going to attack that problem and different steps we're going to take so you can make your exit. And that was, for me, that's what I had to do. When I made up my mind that nothing was going to derail me or stop me, that's when things begin to change. And so when you seek God and understand that there's a higher power, understand that abundance is your birthright, things for you will begin to change. Like, but you have to want it for yourself. You have to do the work. And if you're not willing to do the work, the results are not going to appear. You know what I'm saying? So, that's where you literally have to start from. It's like identifying a problem and then, you know, utilizing a strategy on how we're going to effectively come out of that. But it's just like a whole, literally, like it's a mindset shift. And literally, once you shift your mindset, like for me, that's what happened. Like once I shift my mindset, everything shifted for me. Everything shifted for me. My life changed. And so I'm very grateful to be where I am right now. But I know that God has so much in store for me. And I'm throughout that process, I've learned that mindset is so important. I think that it's overlooked. Everybody, like, everyone out here, especially these different social media platforms, it's like, about, oh, you make 6 figures, you make 7 figures, nothing can happen unless your mind is right. Like if you're not in the right mental space, nothing's going to happen for you. So let's get your mind right. Once you get your mind right, then you can get your money right.
Yeah,
Okay?
absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
that has to happen. Your mind.
And I
And
know
I
they
love
have to
how you
want to. They have to want to and be ready to
Yeah,
do
you have
that.
to want it.
There's a lot of people that are in situations and they're not ready, or they're scared, and you've got to want to, that's the bottom line, I think.
Well, I
But
think like what you were saying about a scarcity mindset and abundance mindset, I think that sometimes, like for me personally, I feel like sometimes people have to physically remove themselves from them surroundings. You
Yeah,
can't want what you don't know exists. If
yeah.
you've only seen it on TV, you may feel like I'll never get that. Oh, that's them, not me. And sometimes you can't physically remove yourself. You have to mentally like do what you did. You had to like block off this time, and in your mind you built a space that you wanted to be. You built your surroundings and stuff. And I think that sometimes it's hard for people to really manifest things because they really don't know what they want, or they don't feel like it's attainable for whatever reason. So that scarcity mindset is really something that's hard to get people out of. That's generation.
Yeah.
it
Because
is,
we'll
yeah.
spend $1,000 on Gucci like
Yes.
that. And
Yes.
and you be like, $100 for a class. I
Yeah.
ain't doing that. You know what I mean? It's just like, where's your, I don't think that it's in a lot of people. So it's a lot of unlearning and relearning to really help condition people mindset, I think, when it comes to stuff like that.
And you know what? I wanted to say something too. So you have to understand, like we talk about, because okay, so I had to understand this too, like a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And what is a mindset? Like a mindset is like a collection of beliefs as it relates to how you see how you view yourself and how you view the world, right? And so like a fixed mindset is where a person they have the belief that they can't improve upon their skills, their talents, and their abilities, right? That's a fixed mindset. But when you have a growth mindset, you look at different challenges as opportunities. You look at challenges as a way for you to grow, right? And so it's a difference there. Like some people, it's just like they're like stuck. They're stuck and they feel like they really can't move. But the thing is, you can move. It may be scary, and a lot of times fear is holding a lot of people back. Fear is not allowing people to move forward and they stay stuck. And so my thing is like, I was there, like fear, doubt, depression, all that. But at some point, you have to understand that you were created by the creator to create. You are not here, like we all are here to fulfill a purpose. It's not you, like you were fearfully and wonderfully made. And I think that, and that's the thing too, that's why I undergo mental conditioning, because I have to constantly remind myself that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. And there is nothing that no one can do or say that's going to change how I feel, change the trajectory that I'm on for myself and my children. And so, because I'm here now, I want to help women also unpack whatever is hindering them from moving forward and help them understand where they're at mentally so they can begin to take the proper steps to change the trajectory of their life and their children's lives if they have children. So that's what mindset, that's like a whole that's mindset is something, right? Because once you change your mind, you can change your life. And so that's why that's like my thing. That's because it happened for me. So
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think God will give everyone a vision for that that's just perfect for yourself and your family. I
Mhm.
really believe that God will give you a purpose and God will give you a vision if you ask him for it. And you look
Yep,
to that vision, you see where you want to be, and then you start working toward that vision. And then
yep,
that's where all the mindset changes and put yourself in the rooms and all the self-talk, all the routines come into place. So I just love it. I love it.
yeah.
I love
Congratulations.
it too. That's
Yeah.
Thank
a
you.
huge barrier. I feel like that keeps people in that stuck space. It's mindset and money. That's why the funding is also valuable too. But I really do feel like the mindset has to be in place too. Because how many people we know don't got a bag and messed up the bag? You
Yep.
got some money and
Yeah.
then now you don't have no money because your
Yep.
mindset was on, scrambled
Yep.
eggs or something, like
Yep.
whatever. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. And you said something right there. I was watching something. Oh, I think I was watching Myron Golden, and he had a guest on there. Oh, no, was it my, I'm not sure who was, but they said if you give an individual who mind has yet to be transformed, like millions of dollars, within like a certain period of time, they're going to be back in the same position they were because they never transformed their mind.
Yeah.
So you literally have to transform your mind you have to transfer your mind before you even get the money, because
Yeah.
even if you do get the funding, it's just that if you don't know what to do with it.
Yes.
And you
Thank you.
have to change.
It's
And
true.
that's another thing too, is like you can get
Because
the
nobody
funding,
says that. They're just like,
but
just get the funding,
no,
get the
you
funding.
get the funding.
Nobody says that.
You can get the funding, okay, but what's the strategy behind it? Like, what?
Right.
Okay, you're teaching me to get the funding, but like, are you teaching me what to invest in? Like, because otherwise, I'm going to go into debt, and that's why everything you have to do with a strategy in place. Like, if it doesn't make, it's like if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. But tell me, I can get the funding, okay, but now what am I going to do with the funding? Like, do you have any ideas on how I can capitalize on this money? How I can generate passive stream of income by obtaining this funding? So that's, you know.
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Y'all need
Yeah.
to go find Ashley, get connected. I'm telling y'all. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
So
Yeah,
So,
speaking of,
yeah.
where can
yeah.
people find you?
Yeah, yeah. You can find me at my Instagram is Ashley, Ashley Marie. That's MARIIE. Last name Brown, BROWN, like brown is in the color. Same name on Facebook, same name across all social media platforms. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
awesome. So, yeah. So do you work with anyone else or just ladies? Will you work with anyone else, or just women?
Oh, women too. Like I have some like clients. I have some clients who are men as well.
Okay.
My target audience is women. Just from experiencing, the collection of experiences that I had, ever since having my son. And, women just feel like, like I said, we wear so many different hats. I really
Yeah.
just I really want to like help and cater to women. But I'm right now I'm working on something. I'm working on something, but I'm not gonna speak on it, but I'm working on something, a program and a community and all that things because I really want to be able to expand my business and serve women at all different type of levels. And so yeah. So, well, look out for that.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
it. I love
Look,
it.
the way you work, I see it's already done, girl. It's
Yeah.
already done.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thank you.
We
Thank
Absolutely.
got
you.
Yes, absolutely. We got a couple of minutes left. If you can talk to a young mom with a dream and just her nerves bad, she's stressed out, and can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, what first foot would you tell her to put forward to kind of get herself out of that dark place that we all know what the dark place is, feels like.
Right, right, absolutely. So what I would tell her is just help her understand that her current situation is not her final destination and understand that whatever she desires in this world desires her too. And I would just say, like, you have to begin to, and I know it may be challenging, but begin to shift your mindset and understand that we live and we die by the power of your tongue. So, literally, speaking positive affirmations, speaking things into existence. Like for me, as of right now, I still do sticky notes are all over my mirror. So, when I want things to happen, I put it on my vision board. I speak things into existence, and I also join communities. And if you can't join, maybe it's listening to like a motivational speaker, whatever the case may be. But I want you, the woman I'm talking to understand that abundance is your birthright and that you can ultimately do whatever you want to do, whatever you put your mind to. Like, look at me, I'm living proof that you can literally transform your life by transforming your mind. And so that's why mental conditioning is so important. And I would just really encourage any mom out there that maybe finding it challenging or maybe going through something, with the children, whatever case, but whatever you're going through, just understand that once you begin to work on your mind, the universe will the universe will is gonna things that you want, the universe is gonna begin to serve it. You're gonna see things come into fruition, as a result of thinking things. So that's why your thoughts become your reality. So I would just say, just really focus on your mind because that your mind is once you transform your mind, you transform your life. And that's what I ultimately would say. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank
You're
Congratulations on all your
welcome.
you.
accomplishments. Thank you so much
Thank
for coming on
you.
with us.
Thank
You'll have to
you.
come back for updates soon.
Oh yeah, I
So
will. I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
awesome.
Thank you for the
And we're
invite.
excited
And
too. We
again,
want to see this new community. All
Right.
right.
Absolutely.
yes, yes. Grateful to be
Thank
in the
you.
presence of you ladies. And yeah, thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you. Have a great night.
All right, you as
Bye,
Bye.
well.
y'all.